Let's make new mistakes. Why we always try to repeat our mistakes? In this video, I want to teach you how you can make a strategy, have a strategy to make new mistakes in your personal life and business life. As a human being, I can tell you that this is really surprising to see that we repeat a lot of mistakes. Today, I make a mistake in my personal life or in my business life, in my relationship with my close friend, in my relationship with my, let's say, partner. I make a mistake and I try to learn a lesson. Normally, I should try to learn a lesson, but we usually don't do it. And then next month, I repeat the same mistake. And this is a cycle, this is a circle. And in this circle, the problem is that we don't learn the lesson. We just make a mistake. Then we get upset because we made a mistake. When we understand that, when we realize that we made a mistake, we come to this point that, wow, I regret it. Oh, I didn't analyze very well. I made a mistake. These are the sentences that we tell ourselves that I made a mistake. And then I am sad, I am upset, I am disappointed for a few days. I always blame myself. I give myself some negative feelings and emotions. And then I tell myself that, okay, it happened. I can't do anything. And I feel that, I guess that. My mind learned the lesson. Little by little, after a few days, and sometimes if it is a very big mistake, after a few weeks or months, little by little, I forget it. And I try to continue my daily routine about personal life and about business life. I go to work, I come back home, I have my relationships and my contacts with friends, family members, colleagues, and life goes on. After a few months, I make a mistake. When I make a mistake, and again, I get upset, I get disappointed, I sometimes get angry, I blame myself, I cry, I shout, I try to break different things. There is one thing missing here. The point is that I never ask myself a question that I should analyze this mistake. What is the source of this mistake? What is the source of this wrong analysis? What was the main cause? Okay, I made a mistake. The first issue is that I should ask myself, how can I make up for it? I should apologize. Okay, I should try to solve the problem that I made. Okay. I want to promise myself it won't happen again. How can I make this promise? How can I promise myself that I will take measures, I will do something, I will change some items in order to be able to promise myself it won't happen? If you don't analyze the main cause of that mistake, repeating the same mistake is inevitable. You will have to repeat that mistake. You will continue repeating the same mistake until you learn the lesson. The problem is that it is really painful to make mistakes. When you make a mistake, you blame yourself. You give yourself some negative judgments, some negative feelings, negative emotions. And then you say that, okay, I made a mistake. I can't do anything for that. I'm so sorry about that. I'm truly sorry about that. I won't do that again. Okay, you're making a promise. I won't do that again. How can you do that? How do you promise that I won't do that again? How can you do it? I'm giving you this plan. I'm giving you this, let's say, advice. This is something practical. I don't want to just talk about theories. I want to give you some practical steps to be able to do this. That today I decided to learn this lesson. Okay, put those negative feelings away. I don't want to be angry now. I don't want to be upset now. I don't want to be disappointed now. I want to stop blaming myself. As a human being, I made a mistake. Okay. Now I accept that I made a mistake. I don't want to reject it. I take the responsibility. I made a mistake. I'm a human being. I'm capable of making mistakes, right? I want to ask myself, what happened to me that I made this mistake? Because it was a decision in my mind. I'm not stupid. I'm a human being. As a human being, I may forget some stuff. I may fail to pay attention to some important factors, important issues. I ask myself, how were you feeling when you made that decision? What was your target? What was the cause? What was the main item that pushed you to do it? Those items vanished? No. You deleted those triggers from your life? No. You can delete those triggers when you are aware of them. How can you become aware of them? When you ask questions, when you analyze your mistakes. Crying, apologizing, getting angry, feeling disappointed is not enough. Those are some reactions. Okay, after having those reactions, I'm teaching you this point. I have tried to practice that in my personal life and in my business life. You need to ask yourself some questions. And the first question is that, what was the main feeling that pushed me to do this? What was the target? I made a decision to gain what? To gain, I don't know, that money, to gain that pleasure, to gain that respect, to gain that knowledge. What was I looking for when I made that mistake? I can give you a secret here. Listen carefully to this point. This is very important if you want to stop making the same mistakes in your life. The same mind is available. The same strategies, the same policies. You get all there, but your mind has the same principles. So you need to ask yourself, what was I looking for? What made me make that mistake? What made me make that decision? When I was making that mistake, what item I was thinking about? What item I was looking for? And then I tell myself that, okay, I was looking for that item. It was impossible to catch. It was impossible to gain. Now I learned the lesson. So next time, if I want to look for the same item, I will make the same mistake. I teach myself, I tell myself, it was the cause of my mistake. So because I wanted to prove myself to my friends, I wanted to say that I am very powerful. I wanted to prove my intelligence to my colleagues. That was the main reason that I made that mistake. When I learn this, I tell myself a very brilliant sentence. I tell myself this: next time that you decide to prove yourself to your colleagues that you are a very clever employee, you will make the same mistake. In this point, you have learned a lesson. And when you try to remember this item, that whenever I try to prove my talent to others, I will make the same mistake. You can avoid repeating mistakes. And then you have the opportunity to make new mistakes. In our life as a human being, we always need mistakes to learn. We will talk more in future videos about the real meaning of mistake. There are many things we do and we say this was wrong, but actually it was a great experience for you. Subscribe our channel. I will try to share a lot of good items for your personal life and also for your business life. I believe that. Master yourself, then you will have the power to master your business, your personal life, master your world.